Well, hello. This is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I'm here tonight to create something with you. So I hope that you saw my little blurb as to what measurements and supplies you need, as we are going to do a fun fold tonight and as a masculine card. So if you're catching me live, be sure to hop in and say hello so that I can enter you into the draw. And of course, if you like my video and share my video, you will also get more draw tickets as well. So tonight, as you can see, I've got it all laid out as to what I was going to do. Now, of course, you can use whatever designer paper you have at home, and of course, whatever colors you want to use. This is just what I am using, and so it's just as a guide to be able to give you more ideas. So, if you are, oh, it's Vicky. Hello, Vicky. And if you are catching the replay, do the same. Be sure to tell me where you're from and say hello, and you'll be entered in the draw as well. So let's get started because tonight is Create with Me. So I'm curious if you're joining me. Make sure you comment if you're going to join us. Oh, Shelly. Hello, Shelly. And then at the end of Create with Me, when I say goodbye, if you're part of my VIP group, then you can hop onto the VIP group and we're going to do a little chat and sharing time. So, and that way we can see what everybody's made. Hello there, Carly. Okay, there's a few of us on. So let's get started. So as you can see here, this is just the regular size for our card, which is 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4.25. And so that's what we have here. And then our designer paper. Now I am using, can you see the shine on this paper? This is the cool Let It Ride paper. And I love this paper. As I think if you were, it's Marilyn, you made it. And Marcia, you made it too. Welcome, welcome. So I love this one because it has the beautiful. Oh, and there is Jocelyn. Hello. I'm glad you could join us too. This is the beautiful paper that we have, and it makes such wonderful masculine cards. As you can see here, it has two different sides. So you've got, and this actually matches the embossing folder that we have, and that will be continuing in the catalog. And so you can see it has, these are all glossy. I don't know if you can see the gloss on them. It is really nice. And of course, some very different masculine sides, other sides to them. This one here is the one I believe, yep, that's one that I'm actually using. And the flip side has a whole bunch, I'll get it in the light here, of card fronts. I love this motorbike one here as well. So lots of different options with this paper, as well as the, where is this here? Kind of like the checker box. And the flip side of it is all kinds, whoops, you can't see it again. Let's get that in the screen. All kinds of motorbike things. And then, of course, they have this one. Can't forget the beautiful roses. And again, it's shiny. And the flip side of that is this one for a good road trip. So some nice designer paper. So that's the one I'm choosing to be able to make this masculine card. And so for this kind of fun fold, what we need to do is take our designer paper and we are going to place it on here. Now we are going to do something different with this front, but the secret for this one is when we go to put our adhesive, only put it on the outside, and you'll see why in just a minute. So we're going to just put a little bit of our adhesive all the way around our mat. And of course the mat is 4 inches by 5.25. That's the mat size I always like to use on my cards. Just leaves a nice color border around and still gives you lots of room inside to do what you want to do. So I'm just going to center that and place that on here. Now, normally we could just go from there and decorate our card. But we are going to do something a little bit different, making this a cool fun fold. And actually, before I get started, I'm going to show you. Oh, Linda. Hello, Linda. I'm going to show you another one that I did so that you can see with some other designer paper. So this is one of my favorites, the Rain or Shine. I'm on package 2. I love this paper, and as you can see, it has a bit of a shine on the umbrellas and on this little turtle. But the good part is the bundle is staying, so you can still make these adorable rabbit and the turtle. And but this is just to give you an idea. So what it is you open it like this, and there is the inside. So it just folds like this, and then this part goes on the front. So that is why we need to do this next step. So put that over there for a minute. We are going to actually use one of my new favorites. Look at this. Oh, can you see it there? Maybe we'll put it there. These are the Countryside corners. And I love it because look at these nesting shapes. I love nesting shapes. And so what we're going to do is we are going to use this particular one instead of the circle. And like I showed you, I just used a circle. So here in this case, and I'll see if I can find here. Originally, this was the card in the front. Whoops, move it over a bit. So you can see what I did is I took the largest circle. So whatever shape that you're using, that is the one. So not the smaller. So here I have a smaller white one. No, we want it the largest. So the largest shape. Hello, Yvonne. There she is. All right. So I'm going to take this one because my next layering is a little bit smaller than this. So this is what I want to do is put it through the die cutting machine. Now, because if I was just cutting this piece, I could run it through my mini. But because I got the full card size, you'll have to excuse me. I have to bring in the big machine. Not that I don't like my big machine. I definitely use my big machine, cut and emboss machine a lot. So it's a little awkward on my table here. So excuse it for just a minute. And of course, we don't want to put it on like that. We have to make sure we fold it so that the whole card is in there and basically one layer of cardstock and our designer paper. And normally I suggest that you angle when we have bumps. We're not going to be able to angle it very much because of the fact that we want this straight on here. And so if you want to make sure that it's straight, I thought I had some washi tape. Yeah, here we go. If you use some washi tape, it will help hold it in place. If I can find the end of it. Oh, isn't that ridiculous? Don't you hate that when that happens? And of course it's going to do, it worked just fine earlier. I found the end, no problem. Oh man. And now I can't find it. Oh, isn't that funny? Okay, well, I'm going to just make one then. No, nope, still doesn't want to work. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So what we want to do here is just to make it not as sticky, put it on your skin, on your hand or arm, and it just will remove some of the stickiness. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that it will be too sticky and then it can tear your paper. So what I'm doing here is I'm lining this up so that it is evenly all the way around. And I'm going to tip this just a smidge. And the reason for that is if you put it straight like this and you go through the machine, the roller here tends to be really, it's like a speed bump. And it really does make a boom, bang sound. So let's try to avoid that as much as possible. So excuse the little jiggle. Ooh, a little jiggle. It's a little more jiggle than I thought. Oh, I guess I'm trying to do it. I guess I'll have to do it on a side table next time. I wanted you to see. Lift that heavy thing over there. Oh, now my light is moving. Okay. That's okay. That's all we need it for. So we're good for the rest of the time. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to take this off. Very carefully peel it off, but see how it comes off? No problem. But if you didn't, it could be ripping your paper, so you don't want that. So really, we don't need this piece, but we do need this piece. So that's why you will need a few scraps as well. So whatever color your base color is, then you're going to need it for your layered piece. So now we got black, and I did it all. Come here, get all my pieces. So this is the piece here now that we're going to use later to pop in. But before we do that, we're going to do our inside. Rondi, oh, and Debbie. Oh boy, look, everybody's there. Great. All right. So now we're going to take our designer paper, and this could be white or vanilla. And the reason I'm using vanilla is when you cut out the motorbike, see how it's kind of, well, maybe you can't see, it's kind of on a vanilla background versus a white background. So I wanted something similar, because if that was on white, then it would look really weird inside the different bike peak holes there. So that's why I'm using vanilla. But I would say most of the time, I almost always use white. And I did use white in this card. So this here, when you pop it up, you see how the white is inside. So probably that's what you'll want, is the white as well. Okay, so what we're going to do, just to let you see, have a sneak peek what we're going to do. Basically, this is going to go in here. And of course, this is the piece that we are going to fold, and it makes for a little spot that we can put our die cut piece. So the big piece right here is what we're going to now put our adhesive. So I'm going to put the adhesive on here, just like that. Okay. Now you're going to turn this around, and you'll want to put one side down kind of evenly, and then look around to the other side and make sure you got it about centered. So you should have about the same space all the way around those four sides. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, before we do the next step in the front, we're going to use these two designer papers. You like this fun fold? Yeah, it is cute. And if you think of all the different designer paper, it's endless what all you could use with it and make your feature in the front. So this is 1 1/4 by 5 inches, and you need two. So you need two of these. So what we're going to do is put some glue or adhesive on either side or both sides of your DSP, the skinny strip. So of course I want this shiny side to show. So we're going to put, whoop, 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 dropped it too soon. We want to put that down so it's about the same border all the way around. And then the same thing with this piece. Come on, glue. Just put it a little bit all the way around. And again, do the same thing. We're going to put that. And you want to make sure these two, of course, are lining up. But basically put them so they have about, look at the score line, and then you can even it to the score line. Okay, so now we have this piece like this. Now to decorate, while we're inside, let's just finish the inside. I was going to take a piece of the designer paper. Oh, it's a little bit too long, but that's okay. We will just grab my scissor, and we're going to snip it. I'm just going to snip it right there. Okay. And this is a good way to use up your designer paper too. Now, of course, if you had the bundle, the stamp set, then you could, of course, stamp something that's on the stamp set in there as well. But in this case, I'm going to use the designer paper. And you could put it right on the bottom. I think actually I will. Or you could leave a little bit of gap. But I think we're going to put that right on the bottom. So there we go. Now, when we finish this card, you can see how you can write inside the card as well, because this part is going to be covered up so it won't be seen. So it gives you lots of room for writing. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to work on the inside. So where is my piece here? Make sure it's the right one. I cut a few different sizes because I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do, but that looks like the right size. So what we're going to do is now fit this inside, and you'll be able to see exactly where it fits in. Okay, and then I'm going to lift that over, and now I'm just going to lift this up a little bit, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right in there, just like that. And I can put later more if I want, but right now I just got to make sure that this, and that's why the glue is good, because it gives you a little bit of wiggle time. So that looks like that's lining up. See how that's lining up there just perfectly? So there's no white or vanilla showing through. Okay, and if you really wanted to, I mean, again, this is where you could put more, but I think that little tiny bit of glue, it will hold it just fine. So we got that now. Okay, now the next layer, because I had vanilla, and like I had mentioned, I'm using this motorbike, and it has some vanilla already in it. So this way, it looks like it was meant to be there. So now, if I had wanted to, I could put something as a sentiment in there as well. But I don't think I'm going to in this one. So now is where you can decide where you're going to put this. So do I want the wheels hanging over a bit? What do you think, ladies? Should I have it up there? Think I should, or put it down a little bit? I guess if you were doing a sentiment, this would give you a little bit more room. So I'm going to wait for you to respond. And I think another thing you could do is probably pop that. Yeah, I think I'm going to pop it this time. Well, I think I will. So what do you think? Everybody thinks up? Okay. So that who's somebody saying that up. One more for up. And then I'm going to put one more in the middle. Up, up. Okay, I think it's up. So let's pop this up here. And again, I'm going to center this in. Oh, now it's sticking already. Don't go down yet. Our adhesive stick well. Okay, we're going to put that like that. Okay, and then somebody said up. So, like that. Yeah, okay. So now we are going to, and sometimes I will sponge. I should show you here. I didn't want it to be stark white, and so I did sponge a little bit of the Retiring Mango Melody in the back. But I don't want to do that in this case because, again, of the fact that there's some vanilla showing through the bike. So that's why I don't. But depending on what you're doing, you could definitely sponge a little bit of color there. So we're going to just do some handlebars here. And around the wheel. Yes, I did fussy cut it. I don't actually have the bundle, so I fussy cut it from the paper. I'm okay with that. If you're not a fussy cutter, then if you have the bundle, then you'll want to cut it out. But there we go. Think that looks good like that, or even a little further up? I think it looks okay because it actually kind of hides that one tiny little corner. So there we go. Now let's put some embellishments on. And again, just depending on what you are doing. Let's see if I can get 3 out here. 3, I had some cut from a class. So that's why they're already cut out. Okay, so now my putty is getting squashed. Let's see where we're going to put these. You know, since we got room up here and I'm not using a sentiment, I think I'm going to put the 3 right up in the corner. Oops. Move over. There. All right. So what do you, oopsie. Now I let go of it and it fell down. So there you go. There is our card. You like that? Pretty easy. I mean, it looks tricky when you look at the fun fold, but it is really, really easy. And what I like about this is for those that are concerned if it stands up, it actually does stand up this way as well. So sometimes when you do a fun fold, it doesn't work that way, but it actually does stand up. And same with this one, of course, this one stands up as well. So there you go. Nice card. You got like that, Marcia? So there we have 2 different ideas for cards, very different, but I wanted to show you how to do it landscape as well as portrait. And so hopefully you've been able to create with me. And again, Madeline's Craft Room. And if you are looking on my screen, you'll see my website, which will take you to everything, to my store and to my videos and my YouTube channel and Facebook, everything. So you like that? Great. Yes, it's hard sometimes to find masculine cards, isn't it? So yes, and if you're a VIP member, hop on over there and I'm going to start a little live over a little Zoom that we can connect with each other and chat. So we'll see you in a few minutes. And if not, be sure to, if you want to join, ask to join my VIP group and we'd love to have you join us. So thank you. And otherwise, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for now. Bye-bye.